Sounds like we're live.
Yep, we're live.
Okay, so welcome back, everyone. We are on the peninsula of Chult in the city of Port Nianzaru, on the northern edge of the peninsula. The party is here investigating some mysterious disease or curse that seems to be pretty widespread across the world of Faerun. The party was brought here by their associate, Sindra Sylvain, to investigate what's going on. Now, we're pretty certain we're going to have to dive out into the jungle somewhere and find some leads. But first, gathering information, trying to get a lead, figure out what direction to go, what to look for, things like that. The party wandered around the city, investigating a number of different things, checking with the churches to see what they can find. They got a meeting with one of the merchant princes, who offered some helpful information. Some of the grittier details of what might be needed, he was less helpful with, but more so probably because he just didn't know. Just not his. It's a little below his station. But he could be an asset, helping to find other assets. Digging through the city, we found, what I say? We met up with a temple and asked for their help. Grandfather Zitembe at the temple of... Which one was he? The temple of Savris. He was able to perform a ritual at Thoridne's behest and offer a little insight. He gave more of a physical description of where the curse might be coming from, but something spooked him during his divination, and he didn't want to look too much closer. There's some sort of city from what he could see, there was some sort of city in the jungle far to the south, surrounded by cliffs and crawling with snakes. And he also saw a vision of like a black obelisk draped in vines. That's about what we were getting from him. Just something
Very
far to the
ominous.
south of here. Yeah. We met with, let's see, what did we do? Poked around the city a bit. I think someone spent like an hour gathering rumors around the city, trying to get the vibe, find out what we might know about the local politics or dangers of the jungle, or anything they could find, really. So there wasn't a whole lot of time spent on that, but I think we gathered a little info. I think it was... We learned about the Charter of Exploration. There is a presence from Baldur's Gate here in the peninsula, not in Port Nianzaru specifically, but it appears that the military organization of Baldur's Gate, known as the Flaming Fist, have set up at somewhere called Fort Barbarian, which on the map that Sindra gave you guys, you can see that north of Port Nianzaru, up the Bay of Chult. And the Flaming Fist apparently has laid claim to a large section of the peninsula, pretty much everything north of Kitcher's Inlet. And they lay claim to all the treasures and everything that can be found there, and so anyone who's wandering around needs to share the profits and must purchase a Charter of Exploration from them. Whether you actually do that or not is up to you. It's just... on the off chance you run into one of their patrols, there could be a scuffle. Who knows? There may be interesting things to find at Fort Barbarian, though, as well, if you play nice, but they're kind of being dicks. So, hey, yay, the joys of colonialism. Let's see, what else did we learn? Someone heard a rumor about a danger in the jungle that may pop up, some sort of blue mist that is unpleasant. Let's see, what else did we learn?
Didn't the trader prince also say something about a guardian thing?
The
Yes.
diary. Yeah, there's an armor somewhere where we have to find a key, control key or something. If we can find it.
Yes, he happened to have in his possession an old journal belonging to some unnamed wizard. A wizard who was exploring parts of Chult and, as best we can tell, didn't survive. But his journal was located maybe about 15 years ago, and apparently in his travels, the wizard had some sort of companion. I'm reading. He had a shield guardian with him that he called Vorn. Vorn was the name of the shield guardian, and the journal contained a drawing of the control amulet for the construct, but the control amulet was not found. The construct was not found. And there's no indication in the journal where either might be. Best he was able to tell you was where the journal was located. That said, he would be very interested in getting his hands on that guardian if anyone happens to find it out in the jungle. So that's the thing. He did give you the spell book. No, not spell book. Journal. He did give you the wizard's journal. On the off chance you can make any use of it. It's been kind of sitting on his shelf for a while, and so it's not like an urgent matter. Like I said, it's been like 15 years. We asked about guides for the jungle. Wakanga, the merchant prince you were speaking with, Wakanga Otamu, he was not very familiar with many guides. That's not really his domain of trade, and he has no need to go into the jungle himself, so he wasn't super familiar with any. He was aware of one in town that he knew was in town, at least, because he was a little exotic, and that was a dwarf, an albino dwarf, apparently, who is a native of these lands. And so he gave you the name of that dwarf and said you could probably find him. And I believe you guys actually tracked down and spoke to him a bit. But also while looking around, you found postings for other guides in the city advertising their services. All of those are in the chat, looks like, the four postings that we found. There could be other guides, who knows? And strangely, the images didn't have the names, so they're in order. I've posted the names in chat as well of the four guides. We spoke with the shield dwarf, not the shield dwarf, the albino dwarf, Mr. Musharid. He charges a fee of 5 gold pieces a day. So if you were to hire him, you may want to come up with that money. It appears standard practice among the guides is to charge a month up front, so 30 days up front, even if the expedition is expected to be longer or shorter. That's apparently just standard practice because Chult is so long. He's expecting we could travel maybe 10 miles a day on foot. And when looking at the hex map, each hex is 10 miles. So make of that what you will when doing your math for how far we might be going, how far you expect to travel. 5 times 30 is 150 gold, up a down payment up front. He did offer, however, to waive his fee and assist you guys for free if you would instead aid him in a quest. His ancestral home of his people has been overrun, apparently, by they were forced to flee by a volcanic eruption, but then it was taken over by something. I'll have to go read the details again. And
did he say kobolds?
Looks like fire newts.
Oh, newts.
Yeah, some fire creatures near the volcano. They've taken over the forge, and so he is asking for help either completely reclaiming it or at least going in and recovering an heirloom, a gauntlet from within the forge. So he would waive his fee if you would assist him in that quest. Now, that said, you guys asked where this forge was, showed him your map, and he pointed way the hell down, all the way down at the Valley of Lost Honor, up against the Kobold Mountains, which is quite a trek. It's probably faster by boat if you were able to purchase a boat or hire a boat. But there would still be some overland travel, so that's an option. The 3 other guides, we just kind of saw their postings, but I don't think anyone's gone to speak with them yet. And we were asking some questions about, I think we left it off with me having to go double check the details, but we were asking questions about what sort of preparations would be needed for jungle travel, what sort of, unique items we might want for a jungle versus, overland travel on the Sword Coast. And I did get more, I did double check all my details on that. You guys might have to help me do the math, but I did narrow it down. The only things that are really unique to Chult, aside from normal food and whatever else you might be paying for, of course you may forage as well, so that's a cost savings. But the only concerns you might have for other things are that it's hot, so you're going to want to be drinking a lot more water. About double. So typical overland travel, a character needs to drink 1 gallon of water a day. But because of the heat in this jungle, you're going to need to drink double. So 2 gallons of water per character per day. So there's a couple ways you can get that. If you're near a river, drink river water. But he did recommend, in an offhand comment, he told you guys to bring your own rain catchers because his was only good enough for himself. So you may need to look into rain catchers if you're not going to be near rivers. And we can talk numbers on that if you want to investigate that. And the only other thing he recommended was insect repellent, but he didn't go into any details about that unless you hired his services one way or the other. Doesn't mean you can't find that info other ways, just he wasn't offering it. And I think it was also noted we might be able to go a little faster on the water if we get a smaller boat. These rivers aren't very large, so it's not like you can take a sailboat up them, but you could take canoes. That would probably let you go a little faster. But of course, those only work when you're on the water. So,
quick question: when we take the canoes, like let's say we go up a river, but then we had to do some overland to get to like the next river. Is that doable with the canoes? Like, would that slow us down a lot, or?
Assuming you guys go look at like the kind of canoes he's talking about, a single canoe could fit 6 creatures, and yeah, it would be not unreasonable to carry it with you if you're traveling at like a normal pace. Okay. So you could afford it, or at least I'm willing to rule it that way. Yeah. Mechanically, I'm not going to worry about mechanics right now. But yeah, I guess that's a big recap. I don't know if we missed anything, but let me know what you guys are thinking. What direction are we leaning on right now for either further investigating, or is Tenzien just going to march off into the woods, or what's up?
No, he's not that dumb. He's dumb, but he's not that dumb.
I would like to bet on the dinosaurs.
Wasn't that like a day away?
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes. We also heard that tomorrow there will be dinosaur races. They happen, I think I said twice a week, or twice a 10-day. It's about every 5 days they have a race, and that is tomorrow.
I guess, could we also ask Syndra if she could front some cash to cover some of these expenses?
Y'all are nowhere near Syndra.
No, but we could ask.
Can I also? Sorry.
She assuming this was brought up at some conversation, it seems like a reasonable thing that would have been talked about at the various discussions that you guys had with her both in Baldur's Gate and back here. She doesn't really have anything she can offer for that. You did get an influx of gold from the Harpers though, from your assistance to go catch the Lich. But yeah, what sort of direction are we wanting to investigate right now? Are we hoping to just go explore more of the city, check out rumors, things like that, or are we hunt down more guides, or are we content with this guide and we just want to hire him on and see what else he knows?
Well, I thought we discussed last time, like the party was split. 2 would take 2, and 2 would take the other 2, and just get a general consensus to make sure we're not missing anything for our overland travel.
Okay, so we're talking other guides. Can you guys just remind me of that? What are we doing? Who's going where? What's
The
I
professor.
don't know if that's necessarily going to be the best thing, because you're going to send the boy who has no experience and the guy who doesn't talk to go interview guides. That's probably not going to be smart. So let's just go with what we got now.
I mean, we have
unless-
a whole nother day. Like, we can all go to check out the other ones. We don't
Oh, yeah,
necessarily
very
have to
charming.
split.
Yeah.
This is true. I mean, my big thing though is like hearing about these other guides. Out of all of them, I think that I would want to do this with what is her name, Eku, because it seems like she kind of aligns with kind of what we're doing if we kind of bring it up to her. But more or less, not to actually hire her on as a guide, but pay her more for information and to keep an eye out for the potential location of this southern ancient city with an obelisk.
I think
With
that's a
this
fair.
other thing.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah, get more eyes out there.
Yep, that's an option. Just to read them out loud real quick, per the posting, Azaka Stormfang claims to be a native Chultan. She wants to charge the same fee that the dwarf was charging, under the same terms. But she also has a personal quest, at least per the posting. She would waive her fee if someone helps her go to a place called Firefinger, and fuck up some creatures called Terrafolk that apparently roost atop Firefinger that stole a mask from her, and she wants the mask back. So if we help her recover that, she may waive the fee. Eku charges the same fee, but apparently she's a bit of a hippie and only takes. She doesn't even keep the money. She like donates it to charity. She's more just charging the fee because that's what's dictated by the merchant princes. That she pays a tax on her services. So, but she just to see what else did she have. At least on her posting, she doesn't say anything about waiving the fee, unless I'm reading this too fast. But she does seem to have some particularly sacred places. She's just out to clear evil from the jungle. And then there's one more dwarf, Mr. Hugh Hackenstone, who's missing an arm. Claims to charge the same fee. And do you want a guide? He claims to be very brave, that you don't want a guide who's going to be a little chicken shit. You want someone who's going to be out there in the thick of it with you. He claims that he lost his arm fighting a red dragon, but he's still here, so hey.
What a guy.
Right?
I love that his name too is also Hugh Hackenstone.
Very creative, right? So Thoridne, you sound interested in seeking out this Eku?
Yeah, mostly not to hire her, or hire her as a guide, but to like basically pay her for not so much information, but maybe pay her to kind of keep an eye out. If she happens to have information right away, like awesome. But just that, she's aware. It's like, hey, this is a thing. Please keep an eye out. If you find anything out, let us know.
Yeah, the posting, each of these postings, even though it's not in the image, does contain information on where you can typically find them, their contact information, so to speak. So if you wanted to seek her out, you can.
We should create a posting and then leave some materials for the scrying professor to, I guess, reach out to us? Or the scrying priest to reach out to us? What's that? That's a message.
Message is 120 feet, so they would have to do sending, I think.
That's the one I'm looking for.
I mean, he's not
Reach out
doing
to
any more
you.
scrying for us. We've already paid him. He's already given us the info we paid him for.
Yeah, and honestly, it was good info.
Right, but I mean,
We learned kind of what we're looking for, but also there's something there.
Exactly.
Okay. Who wants to do a thing?
I'll go with whoever wants to find the other guide to, ask her for her assistance.
Eku or ow.
Eku.
Okay. Then that would be me and you for sure.
Yeah.
Well, can we just
I
all
mean, it could
go
be just
as
it could just be all of us.
Yeah, I
We're
was gonna
playing-
say-
we're waiting for dinosaur races apparently. So
Exactly.
and we get used to this as an opportunity to make sure we get everything we need. Because we know Raincatcher
Yes.
and Bug Spray are on the list so far.
containers to hold water.
Yeah, larger canteens.
Yeah, we might actually, or barrels straight up, which they're heavy AF.
I'm strong. I'm not going to carry your water barrel through the fucking forest.
You can't talk. We don't know that.
And that's a good
I can
point.
still sign to you like no.
Or just not take it with him. Yeah, you don't even have to pick it up.
And that's a good point. For those of you with low strength scores, you might want to double check your inventories, make sure you're not over encumbered.
Good
Yeah.
thing that I'm a dwarf and over encumbrance helps. Right? That's a thing. Isn't it?
You don't get slowed down by over encumbrance.
That's what it
Because you're
is.
already slow.
I thought it
Wham.
was just by heavy armor.
Oh yeah, you don't become encumbered by armor. That's what.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
you don't need the strength requirement to wear heavy armor. Your encumbrance, I think, is just normal.
I mean, you still
I'm going to
need-
go up to Gerald and ask him if he wants to carry the tent. I have one. We don't need to buy one, but it's heavy.
Tenzin sees that and he's kind of puts out his hands like gimme. And then he flexes his muscles a little bit.
So I could squint her eyes at Tenzin for a second and be like, if I let you carry this, I still get to sleep in it. Got it?
And he'll just shrug. Be like, okay, whatever. We kind of all got to sleep in it, right? He won't
It's a
say.
two-person tent. I mean, I don't know how many dwarves can fit in there, but I can
Oh.
certainly squeeze in there. So I will hand Tenzin my tent.
And then Tenzin
Just-
will strap it to his back.
Just for y'all to be aware, a barrel for D&D can hold about 40 gallons of liquid, and 40 gallons of water is 334 pounds.
Woo!
Just so you're aware.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Tenzin, even with how strong he is, couldn't lift that. He could drag it, but
Roll
No,
it
thank you.
around. Put some wheels on it.
We could find a pack dinosaur.
you got
That
the
would be
cash to pay for that.
fantastic. How much does it cost? I want to find out how much a pack dinosaur costs.
Just hire a dinosaur.
A beast of burden. Give me.
All right, at some point we go shopping. Since there seems lots of questions about that, let's get that out of the way first before we talk to guides, I guess.
Well, hang on. We need to talk to guides to help our shopping list.
That too.
All right, the posting for Eku leads you over to the north. Oh god, north is to the right. To the north east corner of the city, over here ish. My thing doesn't work.
It's paused. No. There you go.
There we go. Over here ish. She's at a building nearby. Looks like a small cafe. She's drinking some tea at an outside table. This enormous building nearby is some sort of bathhouse, it appears to be. Very popular place. Lots of people coming and going from there. The ones going are clean. Anyway, and you can smell a pungent smell coming from the east, way down here. But yes, we find Eku there. What at this moment, I'm not going to roleplay her just because I haven't decided on a voice yet for all of the different guides, and so I'll decide on one once we've picked a guide. But just speaking with her, she is. She appears to be like a middle-aged Chultan woman. She's wearing light blue robes. Leaning on the table is like a walking stick carved in the... Okay, dog. Leaning against the table is a walking stick that's very stylized. It's a nice carved stick. Looking closely, you can see it's some sort of winged lizard creature, maybe like a quaddle.
Aww.
Lots of local decorations. You can see the picture over there for a good mental image. And approaching her about guide services, what sorts of questions are we inquiring about?
I mean, without having to role play much of anything, like Thoridne will just straight up let her know, it's like, hey, we're not I don't know if we'll decide to use you as a guide. However, we would still like to pay for information and for you to keep an eye out. And then I'll explain to her about the place if she's willing to take like what her price would be with that.
An eye out for
like
what?
An
eye out for what?
A ancient city to the south with a big black obelisk overgrown with vines. It seems to be around some cliffs. What else did we hear about it?
Snakes. Lots of snakes.
And lots of snakes, apparently. Lots of snakes. There's something evil there. And we're looking to find that place and probably end up clearing it out.
Kind of through the course of this, she kind of starts eyeing you, like appraising you a little bit, as you're giving your descriptions, and she isn't aware of an obelisk specifically, but large cliff areas. She thinks she might know where that is, based on the description you give her. That said, she does say one thing, and she's like, I'll give you this one for free. If you're uncertain what to do, seeking grand purpose, it never hurts to go to Orolunga. The guardian there knows much.
Go to where?
Orolunga. And as you look at your map, that is not on the map that you have.
So Tenzien will like point at the map that Thoridne has, and then have him pull it out and asks, and kind of like gestures, like where on the map.
I'm assuming Orolunga is a place.
The guardian.
You're not hitting the 5 or your button or whatever.
Yes. She says the Orolunga is a place, yes. And she says the guardian there, the guardian of Orolunga, knows many secrets. She kind of waves vaguely towards the west and says, it's in the Mistcliff Mountains. I could show you.
Yes. Many secrets.
Liara is already like, I'd love secrets. Let's go.
What she lives for.
I mean, that's promising. That's also in the direction that we're trying to go. Maybe
Oh, I'm not
we'll-
directing it for you. I'm waving my cursor
Oh.
around, getting vague distances for roughly
Yeah.
how far things are. Like what's 100, what's 200.
200 is 20 hexes.
Yes, but where does that? How far does that take us?
We could pass by the that was a journal location.
Yeah, Camp Vengeance, that whole thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, the journal was located in some of the unmarked territory, but it was north of Camp Vengeance. Oh, actually, he pointed out the tile to you, I believe.
Yeah.
On the map.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, like about there somewhere.
It's right here.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's right, because of the. All I have to do is hit the little flag. There it is.
Yeah.
That's kind of the direction I feel like we're almost leading towards. So this is a high probability of things, because it sounds like we're not. She's not going to tell us where Orlunga is. We're going to pay for her to take us there.
Right.
Well, we could just help her with the Terrafolk and.
That's the other one.
That's the other one.
Is it? Oh yeah, you're right. That's Azaka. My bad.
The question is where is Firefinger? It could be anywhere. I feel like Firefinger is like
Probably
somewhere down
in
where all
the
these.
peaks of flame.
Yeah, I'm getting like
Yeah,
volcano
yeah.
vibes here.
We're somewhere in the land of ash and smoke.
Yeah.
This sounds promising. Go see Orlunga and learn secret.
I'm down. I'm down for a good secret.
I also kind of like where this goes, just because it kind of pushes us in the direction that seems like we have a couple of things that we could just tie up right there, and it's not too far away. So if we need to double back or something, it's not too hard to do that. Versus if we go all the way to the peaks of flame, it's like, all right,
Yeah.
we're done here. Where do we go next?
Especially
for
for
our
a
next
first trek out into this jungle, like.
Yeah, no, for sure. For
Couldn't we
sure.
also do the? There was a half orc lady trying to get to Vengeance or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I was just thinking there's another quest that takes us over to Camp Vengeance.
What if we convince her we'll help her if she pays our fee?
Camp Vengeance, Order the Gauntlet, she's in the temple. Alright, if you're gonna put quests in the quest log, guys, let's like fill shit out.
Exactly.
all I have is Order of the Gauntlet. She is in the Temple of Gond. Okay.
Yes, the you met her at one of the temples. Her name was Undril Silvertusk. She's a representative of the Order of the Gauntlet, and has requested. She thought she could just march out towards Camp Vengeance, and then she got to Port Ianzaro. She's like, it's not going to work. Okay, I probably need a group to travel with.
Yeah, so you can grab her. We can sail down to Camp Vengeance, head north, check out the journal location, and then find Orlunga.
But then we'd have to go to wherever the dwarf was wanting to go, right to the Kobold
We're not-
Mountains.
Well, we're not dealing with them. We're dealing with Eku.
Right now, but we also wanted to help the dwarf too. Didn't
Well,
we?
that's some, I mean, you might. I don't really give a fuck. But
I would also like to help the dwarf, but
you dwarves can help each other. That's
way
fine.
down there,
Yeah.
Okay.
and right
Bye,
now
Liara.
trying to
See you later.
stuff out.
Depending how your adventures go, it's possible that you'll set out into the jungle and then hit not necessarily a dead end, but either a dead end on information or supplies or something, and you may need to double back to Port Nianzaru at some point as well. That's just saying. That's
Yeah. I mean, we're not gonna never gonna come back to the port.
I mean, we could. It'd be great. Just go living off the land.
I feel like we're going
Wild
back to the port.
That might be
several
great
times.
for you, but
Tenzin loves it. It's a great idea for it.
I think
feel like-
Tenzin's the only one that loves it.
I feel like
Exactly.
the mute's gonna be
I
the
want
first
to
one to
be
die.
back to civilization as frequently as possible.
Get some of that magic AC.
Yeah. I need to find like a magic tent that's has like a full suite inside of it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we should do this. Go get this guide, get the half-orc lady, we sail down to Camp Vengeance. We get the armor thingy from the journal. And then we go see Orlunga.
I'm actually okay with this turn of this plan. This actually sounds, I think it hits everything we need. It checks all the boxes. It's not too far from the port. If we run into trouble, it gives us several quests that we can knock out all in one kind of like area. Like we got a lot to do that we can, or a lot to do in that like small little area. I say small, but it's going to be like, we've been here for 2 months.
Right.
And that's the other thing we need to remember is like, there's a lot of travel.
Yeah.
I assume, yeah, most of our days are going to be roll to see if you have an encounter. Cool, your day's done. Next day, roll to see if you have an encounter. Cool,
Pick off your rations.
Yep.
Is that a spell that exists, by the way? Like expel vermin or something like that? Or was that like a different... Am I talking and I'm muted?
Not
No,
in
no.
5th edition
Damn.
that I'm aware of, but that
'Cause
might
I know that was like a thing at least in 4th and 3.5. Because that would have been helpful, you know, instead of having to deal with bug spray, just be like, nah, magic, we're good for like 8 hours.
So, we're good with Iku then? At least for now.
I think
I
so.
think so.
I actually
Yeah.
think so. This was not what I expected when I went to go talk to her or wanted to go talk to her, but you know what? This is okay. Do we want to still talk to the other ones and kind of at least learn where their things take us?
I think it might just be getting more hooks that we're not going to touch for quite a while later. So
Yeah, we can
might-
always save them for later.
Yeah.
Okay.
She does ask when you intend to set out.
I want to say like the day after the dinosaur racing.
Yeah. That gives us time to find what we need supply-wise, too.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fair enough. Let's see, where was my thing about weather? I had information about weather. Because that's part of the hex crawl. Come on now. Anyway, she also recommends similar about water and insect repellent. She knows where some merchants are that you can purchase those items from. And honestly, it's not too hard. You think you saw some of those walking through the bazaar there. This whole intersection right here is just the huge red bazaar. And there's tons of merchants everywhere. It wouldn't be hard to find those supplies, or really any supplies, all throughout there. The merchants may also be able to offer information about things like, you know, how the bug spray works and things like that. I keep saying spray. I don't think any of it's a spray.
We're going to call it a bug
Lotion.
spray now.
Repellent.
Bug
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
lotion.
it's just insect
It's
repellent.
just copious amounts of garlic.
Tenzin just has
Lavender
a
works
leaf.
really well.
They're just eating real along
It
with
smells
it.
nice.
I like the two different directions. It's garlic. Liara's like, absolutely not. We're doing lavender.
I mean, garlic's a good smell and taste. It's just, I don't know if I want it like hanging over me all day.
We are not in Strahd. We do not need garlic.
This is Tenzin making up for Kagan's failure.
Dang.
Oh, you got more hands to break?
Oh
Yeah,
my
man.
God.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm gonna chop those hands off and like wear them.
Oh.
All right.
Have you thought about finding God?
Or a therapist?
I know several.
Or a therapist. Love it.
So throughout the discussion, she warns you about weather a little bit.
Okay.
It's going to be very hot. She tells you to drink lots of water. It rains most days. Sometimes it's a light rain. Sometimes it's a heavy rain. These are going to be random rolls from the DM as we travel. Sometimes if it's real heavy rain, it could even reduce visibility, make it harder to move, things like that. On the other hand, the more water that falls from the sky, if you have a rain catcher, that's easy water collection. So it's a balancing act. If it gets too bad, though, like it is possible we end up with like a heavy like typhoon or something, in which case she's gonna be like, we might not want to travel this day. So it's and if we get a heavy typhoon like that, traveling in a canoe is going to be basically impossible. So taking it day by day. Some days probably better than others depending on the weather. It also makes it easier to become lost, even for a skilled tracker like her. On some,
And I want a refund.
Nobody can travel the jungles perfectly. That's why they're not mapped. But she knows this area. Or so she claims. She also warned, let's see. She makes an offhand comment mentioning that the church, the Hall of Gold is what she calls it. But the Temple of Joaquin, Joaquin is a god of like trade and merchants and things like that. The Temple of Joaquin up the hill, this giant building right next door, they offer all kinds of services to the city, apparently including banking services. But usually only people with a decent amount of coin take advantage of those. But it is a thing. If you find yourself in possession of a ton of coin, that could be worth checking out. Other than that, what sort of supplies and what sort of preparations are we wanting to do right now?
Bug spray, rain catchers, canoes.
All right, Tenzin.
I'm just saying them out loud to list them. He's not going to actually go get them himself. He's going to follow along whoever is going to go get them.
Would I have any of this just from being in town for a few months?
I highly doubt you'd be in possession of a rain catcher.
Well, that's fair.
Insect repellent isn't really necessary inside the city.
Okay.
Protections of the city. A bank account? I don't know. They're free. You might have one. And so that's up to you. Yeah. Actually, I'll go with that. Yeah, let's say you have knowledge of the banking system. And then what was the other one? A canoe? I doubt you own a canoe.
Oh. Canoe aficionado.
I mean, if you want to buy one, you can.
She actually has like 12.
Let's see. What is Liara's knowledge of the bank here? You know they offer a couple different kinds of accounts, but basically they have some extremely talented magic users up at the temple that are able to just create pocket dimensions, personalized pocket dimensions. But the dimension has to have something in it in order to maintain its existence. And so basically it means leave a coin in there. And as long as there's at least one coin in there, the dimension can maintain itself. They offer these for free. However, you have to access them in person. There are ways. The prince you were working with has one of these. There are ways to access the account remotely from anywhere in the world through what's functionally a bag of holding. It's like a modified bag of holding to access your dimension. However, they charge for the bags. So you could have one in person as long as you go to the bank. But they charge for those bags for remote access. And it's like 1,000 gold for one of the bags.
Oh my god.
Lovely.
It's for people that have lots of coin and don't want to carry it in their bag because it's too
Don't
heavy.
want the inconvenience of going to the bank.
Yeah, and don't want the super heaviness of it. The basic accounts, which let's say you have an account like this, Liara. That's up to you if you want it, because just having the account is free. The basic account can only hold coins, but they do offer like vault accounts, greater accounts that you can store items and things like that in, and also remote access. But they do charge a setup fee to create the larger dimensions that can hold items, and not just coins.
Okay.
They've also got the Super Supreme accounts. The setup fee for a greater account is 1,000 gold. That can hold items. And then they've got like some high-end Supreme accounts that your prince had, but those are like 10,000 gold to set up, and the bags. But those come with a free bag, so that's hey. And the Supreme account, I believe, I forget what the details were on that because none of you can afford it, so I didn't look that closely. I don't remember offhand what I wrote down. But that is a thing. Yeah, banking services offered by the temple.
Okay. Sounds good.
The bags are kind of fun. They have optional attunement. So if you have the bag, you can access the account. You just, like a bag of holding, you just reach in, you have access to the coins. But if you attune to it, that's how the security works, and so then nobody can access the account except you. But if you don't attune to it, then it's kind of free access. So I guess if you guys wanted to do like a group, like a party account or something, you would just have to leave the security off of it and nobody attuned to the bag. But
no one attuned to it.
Accessing the account in person, they have a passphrase to open the dimension. It's a phrase you'll set when you create the account, and then when you go to open the account, they have a specialized chamber that is a permanent area of silence, and you speak the word in there. Nobody can hear it, even you, when you say it. But that opens the account, and so as long as you don't tell anyone the password, nobody can open your account. But of course, if you tell it to them, they can just go in and access the account. All kinds of fun security measures. Magic is fun.
Right. Okay.
It's like Gringotts, but without keys.
Yeah, you just cleared up, like, what happens if the account holder dies? And that just cleared it up.
There are master overrides for, like, the high priests can access it, that kind of thing, but, yeah. I got all kinds of notes on security and things and contingencies like that, but we'll deal with it when the person dies.
Okay, guess we'll go buy all this stuff.
I'll leave it up to you, Liara. Oh, sorry. I'll leave it up to you, Liara, if you actually have anything in the account. Otherwise, there's like a copper piece in there just keeping the account open.
Yeah, that should be fine.
What were you saying, Danny?
I was saying onward. Let's go buy things.
Cool. The insect repellent, you find a merchant selling that, and it comes in two different varieties. They have a salve that you can apply, cream that you would apply to your skin, and they also have blocks of incense that you can burn. The incense is cheaper. It's about a silver piece for a block. The salve is about is 1 gold piece for 20 applications. So you can get a little gourd of it or a little vial of it that has 20 applications for a gold piece. And the block of incense, when you burn it, when you light it, it burns for about 8 hours and repels insects within like a 20-foot radius. So 1 silver piece, 8 hours, covers the entire party. If you had it burning 24 hours a day, you'd need 3 of them a day. But it covers the entire party in a 20-foot radius. Probably wouldn't work so well if it's raining. That said, but that's probably a cheap option. On the flip side, the salve, which you can apply 20 applications for a gold piece, it is water resistant and lasts for about 24 hours. And yeah, protects against insects for 24 hours.
I will buy 3 of those.
The salves?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll buy some salves too.
Yeah, I'm also going to buy 3 of those.
That sounds like a good idea. I have money to spend for that.
There, I put the details in the chat so you can kind of do the math if you want to. Um, 20 applications for a gold piece, and you're going to apply it every day if you're warding off normal insects. It says normal insects because if you guys come across like a swarm of giant centipedes or something that just attack you and have a stat block, yeah, that won't protect you.
It ain't gonna work.
But this will protect against normal, disease-spreading mosquitoes and things like that. Probably. The rain catcher. You go to buy a rain catcher. It's a rather simple contraption, but it's a big, like 5-foot square leather tarp and a wooden frame with legs. And when the tarp is stretched across the frame, it forms like a basin that just catches. Let's see. They say it catches about 2 gallons of drinking water for every inch of rainfall that you get. So as long as you're getting like an inch of rain every day, that's your 2 gallons that you need to drink. The whole thing, when tied up for moving, the catcher itself can carry about 8 gallons of water. Like that's the maximum capacity. And you can use it as a water transport. But otherwise, if it's empty, the tarp and the wooden frame, it all just kind of folds up. The rain catcher itself costs 1 gold piece and weighs about 5 pounds.
Done.
Okay. And then
So,
we've got probably need
yeah.
to figure out rations and stuff like that. Although that's a lot easier to do. I'm assuming this is just typical rations.
You're not talking, Jason.
How many applications of the salves are by buying?
If you buy 3 golds worth, that gives you 60 applications for basically 1 a day.
60 days. Yep.
Which is what I did. That was a good idea.
I didn't actually create these items in the homebrew or anything like that, so I may need to go do that.
They're in the inventory already.
Are they in
Or
Deep
D&D
and Beyond already? Okay.
I think it's because it's a published module.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I found them.
What's it called? Insect repellent? Is that what it's
Yep.
called?
Insect repellent salve.
And then you just look up rain catcher and you'll get one.
Although the price for the insect repellent salve is different.
It doesn't
Just
have a
mark
price
off.
on it.
It
Yeah,
has
just-
yeah, we'll have to
Because
work
it's
with
0.05 gold per application. You take that times 20.
that.
But if
Okay,
you try
so-
to add one to your inventory,
Deal.
it's like a bundle of arrows. It'll automatically add 20.
Yes. So just add it once, then go to your inventory, and then change it to 60.
Or you
That'll
can
be your
just click
60
add amount.
uses for
3.
that too.
Well, remember, yeah, because when you buy, because I bought 3 of them and I have 60 applications there, and I can just count down in there of my quantity now.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, smoke. If you're buying a personal rain catcher, they do weigh like 5 pounds. So
So they weigh twice the amount of smoke.
pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, how does smoke use weapons?
They're feline sized.
Exactly.
So is everything piercing damage because it's so tiny and small? It just pokes you, even if it's a slashing weapon.
Pretty much. I have
you gotta
my,
watch out. Watch out.
I
for her
have all
got teeth
piercing
blade.
weapons. I have a rapier, a short bow, and some daggers.
Yeah, her Gatito blade.
Exactly.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Thank you.
Strolling past where a canoe maker, they seem plentiful, but they also go for 50 gold. But that reminder, these are large canoes that can hold 6 people. That said, hiring a guide, I believe there's 7 people in your party.
Yeah, and we got to make sure we have at least the money to pay that guide.
Also, right now I'm sitting at apparently 2 days worth of rations left. Somehow.
Consulting on the canoe, when you guys kind of present your idea of heading to Camp Vengeance, she says, yes, that's not a straight path to Oralunga, but it's vaguely on the way, so there's nothing wrong with going to Camp Vengeance first if you wanted to. The reason I say first is because it's on the river, so if you were going to try and take a canoe up the river, you could do that. She does warn you, however, you cannot take a canoe all the way to Oralunga. They'll have to go on foot at least some of that way.
That's
So
fine.
it may or may not be a worthy investment. And then dinosaurs. There are some for sale. Most of the ones that are for sale are intended for racing. You know, people will buy them and put them in the races. A lot of the I can't think of the word. The pens where they have the dinosaurs are down in the Tiriki anchorage outside the wall here at the southeast. And the dinosaur prices are expensive. You probably can't buy one. But
what if I get the grumpiest, angriest, oldest looking one? Obviously, it can't race. It's at the end of its legs. You probably don't want it anymore. Give me a discount.
Let's take it sojourning into the wild jungle.
Exactly.
I mean, that's definitely a way to do it.
That or I'm going to try to tame one in the wild. Okay? I'm going to try.
Oh, God.
There are ankylosaurus's, the nice armored ones. They sell for about 250 gold. A triceratops, if you really want one, they go for about 500. And you might be able to get a hadrosaurus to carry some stuff for you. You could get one for maybe 100 gold, but they probably can't carry as much as a proper pack animal like an ankylosaurus or a triceratops.
All right, well, 250 is not terribly expensive.
It's not terrible, no. We just need to make sure we can pay our guide. This is why we're going to the races to gamble.
Exactly.
Well, you are.
Yes.
Those are expensive.
I mean, not as expensive
You're just
as...
poor.
That's, yeah.
I'm almost to the Ankylosaurus, guys. I just need like 125 more gold, and I'll be there.
The Hadrosaurus, let's see, what can it carry? Having to look up the rules of pack animals.
I'm going to go ahead and buy 20 days of rations.
Smart.
Just in case. I know that we've got things like Goodberry and stuff, which I'm sure we'll be utilizing, but
So,
just in case something happens.
Dumb question. Oh, it's 2 pounds per day. Okay. Because, yeah, I already have 10 days of rations.
All right, it is 9 gold to get this.
A hadrosaur is a
pound a
semi-quadrupedal herbivore recognized by its bony head crest. If raised as a hatchling, it can be trained to carry a small or medium rider.
It's like Ducky from The Land Before Time.
Yep.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm reading this out of my monster book, all right? I paid 50 gold for it. I'm going to get the information.
Hey, man, that's your choice to pay for that.
Best $50 ever.
Yeah, I mean, if he wasn't going to buy it, I would have.
Hadrosaurus.
Okay. What? I bought my insect repel. I'm good.
The Hadrosaurus could carry about 225 pounds.
So not even a water bag.
If it's not carrying a cart, if it's not dragging a cart or anything, if you're just like loading it with saddlebags, that's probably about what it could carry.
And then comparatively, how much can an Ankylosaurus carry?
Sorry, checking all my numbers. I'm terribly sorry. I had that wrong. I gave you the half number. The Hadrosaurus could carry about 450. It's a large creature. I missed that. The Ankylosaurus has a higher strength and it's a huge creature. Triceratops is the same. Let's see. Parts of the rules I've never dug into before. Okay, ability scores. Strength. You can carry. Carrying capacity 15, weight in pounds. Okay. Drag. For each size above, double it. Okay, cool. So since they're huge, we double it twice.
Like 1,300 pounds.
So an Ankylosaurus could carry 1140.
Oh.
And the Triceratops.
It's huge with a strength of 22.
Would be 1320. And I believe that goes times 5 if they're dragging it like on a cart or something.
All right, here's my thought. Right, we save up for like a Triceratops, and then we buy a palanquin I can put on top of it.
As long as I get to ride on it, that sounds like
that's fine. That's fine.
Of course, like somebody's got to drive it.
Yeah.
Now I mentioned the carts, but actually a cart wouldn't be very practical in the jungle.
No, yeah, we're not gonna use the cart. I'm gonna have a little have a sheltered saddle. All right, future plans. Okay, so
Save up for it now.
yeah. All right, so if we're gonna take, let's see. So if we end up taking the orc lady to Camp Vengeance, that means we have 8 people. But we don't like, because smoke doesn't really count as a full person for a canoe, right?
I guess not.
Okay, so it's really like 7 people that we have instead of 8.
It can really only carry about 6 medium.
Okay.
The canoe would let you go about twice your speed. I mean, you could cover maybe 20 miles as long as there's good weather. Versus on foot, you'd be going 10. So the canoe would like double your speed on a river.
Okay, so minimum, let's think here. Minimum, we need 150 to pay for the guide for 30 days, which if we do overland travel to get to Camp Vengeance would basically get us to Camp Vengeance and back in a month, let alone going everywhere else and getting back. So we're probably going to have to figure on like 200 gold for the guide.
She would charge 150 up front, and then
Right, yeah.
in the end, it's so that pays for 30 days, but in the end, it's 5K.
Right. So I'm just thinking roughly that's going to
Would
be about.
she take like once we get back? Then all right, here you paid for 150 up front. That's off my total fee. Now pay me the rest, right? Or would she like ask for payments in the middle of travel?
He's not unreasonable. None of the guides are. So they would recognize that if you guys are needing to find something. But yeah, I'm sure if you rack up too much of a debt, she might leave the party. If you go too long without paying, but it's circumstantial, I guess. If you guys are going back towards Port Nianzaru and you're like 3 days out, it's not like she's gonna throw a fit. But if we're still going deeper into the jungle and you're expecting to be out here for another month, she might start demanding wages.
What's she gonna spend it on in the middle of the jungle?
Making sure that she could just leave if she needs to.
It's
Pretty much.
about whether or not we're alive or dead.
Yeah. Oh no, if we're dead and she's able to just take our stuff, then she probably will. Be like, I'll take this. Thank you. Bye.
That is always an idea as well.
Die to pay your debts.
If you all die, she'll just claim it from your estate, aka the stuff you drop on the ground.
Okay, so like I said, we're figuring total cost somewhere in the realm of 200 gold for the guide for this whole trip. Do we buy 2 canoes that are going to basically be a one-way, well, most of a one-way trip? Could we leave the canoes at Camp Vengeance and like get them on the way back and paddle back upriver?
I was actually going to see if we could hire just canoe guides who would take the canoe.
Somebody
Yeah.
who already owns one and is willing to take us, kind
Yep.
of thing. Yeah, that's also an option, I'm assuming.
DM, nudge, nudge.
Could be. I'm looking. Well, I'm kind of looking to see if there's guidance, but otherwise I'm gonna have to come up with a number. Because that doesn't sound unreasonable. Yes, that could be done. It would be hirelings. You'd have to pay the guys that row you.
Yeah, how much they
Oh,
charge?
sweet. We wouldn't even have to row?
Charge. Is that in the player's handbook equipment? Yeah, I think that's where it's at.
It may be under vehicles, potentially.
Yes, the hireling. It would be 2 silver a day per person and 1 silver a day per boat. And you could probably just have 1 person per boat. So I guess 3 silver a boat per day.
How many boats will we need for 7 people and a cat?
Well, since the hireling themselves would have to fit in the boat, that means you could fit 5 people in a boat.
Oh, so they have large canoes?
Yeah, they would have the full the large canoe. Yeah.
Okay.
So what there's we said there was 6 of you plus your guide, that's 7, plus if you take the orc lady, that's 8. So you would need to fit 8 people. So you'd probably need to hire 2 canoes.
Yeah, so we need 2 anyway, so it makes sense to get the hirelings, get out of there cheaper.
Yeah, so that's only 3 silver a day versus.
But how many days, right?
3 silver a day per boat, because 2
Right.
for the guy and 1 for the boat. So 6 silver a day for the whole set.
So that's. Yeah, how many hexes are we working with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 hexes roughly upriver.
And we can go, if we have good weather, 2 hexes a day. So that's 9 days.
Something like that.
We're still well under 50 gold.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like
this
half the
plan.
cost. We want to do that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think this will work.
Not a bad idea. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's like 5 gold and 4 silver.
10th the price? No,
Exactly.
There's 6 silver a day for night. Oh, for night. Yeah.
it's not even a 10th the price. It's because we would have had to pay 100 gold. That's like a 5th the price?
50
20th.
for each.
Yeah, 5th price.
Yikes. Yeah. How much gold do I need to fork over?
Oh, are you paying for it? Okay.
No. We thought we were
I
splitting
mean-
the cost.
So basically a gold per person.
Oh,
Well, that pays for
that's-
it.
Oh, that's fine.
easy. Yeah. Absolutely. Let's do it this way.
Well, remember we're not leaving today though, so I guess we can
No.
make sure they're available when we need to leave.
And then I guess
yeah,
we should
this
talk with that
information-
lady, right?
Yeah, you can hire guys for tomorrow. In fact, they wouldn't be ready today, but they could be ready to go tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow we
Perfect.
were doing the dinosaur races.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at the
Oh, I
earliest.
thought that was today.
Because I assume they'd only charge us for the way there, and then when we say like we're getting off, see ya, they wouldn't charge us for the way back. Correct?
Are you?
I'm sure there's people that go back and forth between the fort and here.
Maybe.
I don't think they'll have any issues getting people. Honestly, I don't know why the other lady's not doing it, to be honest. The lady who was trying to get there with
Because she doesn't know.
Order of the Gauntlet, probably.
Or she just doesn't have the cash. Right?
Oh, that too.
Yep. Are you expecting to want their services to return back to Port Nyanzaru?
Not right away, so they could probably just go home and then we'd figure it out from there.
Honestly, we may have to walk back just because it's one of those things where it's like we have no idea how long we're going to be out in that jungle.
I mean, could we? I'm wondering about we could barter with him to hang around for X number of days.
That's a tall order, especially given how.
Yeah,
far we
but
go.
even if I'm okay,
Just pay them for
Looking at
those
that
days.
map,
You ask them to hang around, and then they take off after the money runs out.
But why pay them if we're not realistically going to get there in time?
Yeah,
Why
I
not
mean,
just
nothing
get-
else. We can just trek back.
I would say they're potentially having to wait at least 20 days for us to get to this place with Orlunga and then get back. And that's saying that's if it's a 10-day trip there and a 10-day trip back. Not to mention all the other stuff we may want to do. Like they'd have to stick around there for like a month. We can also play the gambit that there may be people that just happen to get dropped off when we return, and we can be like, "Hey, can we like pay you guys to get back?"
Well, that's why I'm asking DM. It's like, if we use them as a one-way taxi, will they charge us on heading back?
They tell you that they would charge whatever it is to get, whatever the cost of the ferry is to get out there. If there's anyone at Camp Vengeance that will hire them to bring them back, or will hire them to take back, like if they can find a return fare, then no. But if nobody in Camp Vengeance needs a ride back, they might charge you like a third price. They would determine that very quickly upon arrival, because obviously you guys are about to set off into the jungle and leave them. So, but they would take a third of the expected cost as retainer, and then just give it back to you if someone can, if someone needs a return fare.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
That's fine.
What are we expecting? 17 days travel?
9. Expecting 9 if everything goes well.
Oh, that's right, because divide by 2. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
If everything goes well, 9 days travel. So 5.4. So let's say a gold and a half. Let's say 15 silver as a fee. But if they find a return fare, then they'll return it to you.
It's like a total like 70 silver across everything.
Yeah, 7 gold.
So a gold and like 2 silver per person or something like that, and that covers it.
What? No, it's less than that. It's just just less than that. It's 69 silver.
Let's make the mute guy pay 2 silver or 2 gold.
Nice.
No. Actually.
Actually, what?
He can do the math. He recognizes it.
Wow.
He got a natural
Damn.
20. He's like,
Cannot pull a fast one over this
When
guy.
it comes to money,
yup.
there's... Hey Tenzin, can I give you my 50 foot of hemp rope too to carry?
He kind of looks at you and starts to tap the side of his forehead and starts to make the money, 2 fingers and thumb motion, and then taps the side of his head again, kind of like, I'm thinking about charging you almost.
For 2 things?
2 heavy things that I'm carrying for you.
Fine.
So how do you have rope? You're a cat.
Because I like to go exploring.
She likes
You never
she likes to
needed
play
rope.
with it.
Fine. I'll get rid of my rope. Since you, with thumbs, don't need it, it's fine.
Ted's like, ooh, rope.
Yeah, you throw it away. Tenzin just picks up. Like, this is my rope now. So, so do I get to add 50 foot of Hampton rope to my?
No, you do not,
Oh,
good sir. Just snatch it back and walk away.
So I'm paying 2 of our 7 gold to the boatman.
then everyone
I
else
will
give a
also
gold.
I'll pay 1 gold. I'm small.
Everyone else pays 1 gold, and then we're good.
Yep.
Professor paid his gold.
The fuck was that?
So wait,
That was
Emma-
a child.
Emma apparently paid her gold as well.
Emma did. Emma did.
it's just the 1 gold, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
All right, everyone has done their accounting for paying the boatman, for insect repellent, for if you wanted to purchase a rain catcher. You're going to need to be drinking about 2 gallons of water a day, and as long as we're getting an inch of rain, it'll catch that. It catches about 2 gallons per inch, which you should be able to manage on most days.
As long as Tenzin can forge, can he also forge 2 gallons per person as well?
Yeah, as long as you guys are on the river, I mean, you have infinite water, so.
Right.
But I mean, like forging, like in the jungle, because I can feed and water 5, 6 people a day. So I'm asking, like, does that include the extra water need of everybody too?
It will be easier in hexes that you have either visited before or are mapped. If we're exploring unknown and unmapped terrain, there may be a skill check involved, even with your Outlander. But yes, that could be done.
Okay.
Well, and part of it's the rain catcher. You know, you might be influencing it to like collect better. You know, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
We'll flavor it, but yes. All right. After a long, fun day of shopping, any mundane supplies, feel free to purchase, mostly at price. The rations, things like that, if you want to carry any rations instead of relying entirely on foraging. And then I think we are going to advance to the next day.
Hey, quick question. Are we still doing spell components only matter if it's like a precious gem, or do I need to have like all my spell components?
If you have a spellcasting focus, that will substitute for any component that doesn't have a cost or isn't consumed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is it's the cost thing, which most of the time most spells don't consume the cost item, which is nice, but every now and then it will.
Yeah, I just wanted to double check.
Yeah,
You have chromatic
I
orb.
believe warlocks can use crystals, orbs, rods, staves, or wands.
Yeah, I have my crystal.
So yeah, that'll substitute for anything without a cost.
Okay, that's what I was just checking.
Let's see.
I'm gonna BRB. I'm gonna get some water.
Although, I mean, if you want to go get every spell component, I mean, you're more than welcome to.
I mean, I don't need to carry extra shit. Somehow I'm, gotta reason out the fact that I'm carrying almost 100 pounds as a 130-pound woman. So, it does. I'm not encumbered.
Big backpack.
Yeah. That's why I didn't buy a rain catcher. I'm like, I can't add 5 pounds to this.
Yeah, as much as I'm making you guys micromanage a little bit of this stuff, I'm not going to worry about volume, frankly. The backpack is a super backpack.
Ooh.
I like to imagine I have a cat-sized backpack, and everything I have is cat-sized,
Somehow
including my
put
crowbar.
50 feet of rope into it.
Exactly. Listen, I call it rope. It's probably more like yarn. Like, it's not even like actual rope.
We're at like a cliff somewhere, like, Smoke, give me your rope. He's tossing me a ball of
Right.
yarn. Like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Like a ball of twine or something. Like, here you go.
So yeah, I think we're done shopping, Nathan.
All right. And I believe the inn charge, if you were staying at the raucous one. No, you guys were staying at Kaya's house of repose, the quieter one. She charges $1 per night. Comes with the food.
I stay in my rooms at the Watambe's place.
Sure, absolutely.
Cool. Wakanga, not Watambe. What did I call him?
His last name's Otamu, yeah. So yeah, one more night in the inn. $1 for everyone, except Liara.
Tenzin is again curling up on Gerald's floor.
Oh yes, $1 per bed, I suppose. And then the next day, lots of buzz. One of the races coming through. Lots of betting going on. Lots of exciting things happening. The races, as you come to discover, just go through the streets. They'll just, mind yourself. The dinosaurs are going to come racing through the streets themselves.
This seems safe.
I see nothing wrong with this.
Is there like a lineup of the dinosaurs so we can all see them before they start taking off? Or
Absolutely.
can I do some kind of check if I can see which one I think is going to win?
So the races begin at... I'm trying to figure out where the hell they happen in the city. I believe they happen like starting near the Tiriki anchorage, like at the city wall, I think is roughly where they start. And then they'll like go around the temple, around the Red Bazaar and come back. Anyway, down there at that part of the city, you can see a lineup, and you see lots of bookies walking through, taking bets, taking wagers, things like that. In today's race, there are 3 races happening. The first race is for 4-legged beasts. The second race is for 2-legged beasts. They all have a rider. And the third race is a no-holds-barred, quote, unchained race, where anything could happen. The dinosaurs might even just attack each other. Many of the dinosaurs involved are juveniles, since full-grown beasts can be too large and difficult for riders to manage. They're all muzzled. You can see the dinosaurs have like bright colors painted on their hides, and the course will take them. Oh, it takes them all the way around the city, around the hills, around the harbor, just all the way around the entire city and back. But yeah, starting at where the wall meets Tiriki anchorage there. Let's see, in the 4-legged race. This is so unnecessary. Why can't I just read it out? The problem is I don't know my dinosaurs. Like, if I was just looking at this and it's like, yeah, a wolf and a cow and a horse, I'd be like, yeah, this is fine. But I'm looking at them like, what the hell is a Hadrosaurus or an Allosaurus or an Ankylosaurus or I know what a T-Rex.
An Allosaurus is kind of like a little mini T-Rex. It's a little bit smaller.
Yeah. A little bit smaller.
Like a Dimetrodon. Like, I have to look up what a
Dimetrodon, they're like giant iguanas with the big frill on their back.
Yeah.
I love Dimetrodons.
I was so excited when they were in the 3rd movie. Sorry. Anyway.
Let's see, the 4-legged race will be the first race. The 4-legged race is dominated by young Ankylosauruses and Triceratops, but Dimetrodons have done well when paired with small riders. Many competitors in the 2-legged race are Hadrosauruses and Deinonychus?
Deinonychus.
Sure.
We know who really likes the dinosaurs.
I was supposed to say, okay, Dr. Grant.
See how they move like a flock of birds.
The final race, the Unchained race, will see anything, any kind of creature, including young Allosauruses and even a very young T-Rex. So, yeah, nobody's bringing a full-size T-Rex into this, but a young one.
Okay, but back to my OG question. Can I do some kind of check on the lineup and see if I can determine which one is like hungry enough to win? Like, which one do I think is gonna do it?
Yeah, there's a number of ones entered in the race, and talking to the bookers too. They have different odds on the different ones. You can get most any kind of odd, 7-1, 5-1, 3-1, 2-1, or the other way, 1-2, 1-3, 1-5.
Can we parlay?
But
There's one of the favorites is a young Triceratops named Ubatau's favorite. He's on a winning streak right now. He's got 5-1 odds. There's a Hadrosaurus. Which one is that? Is that 2-leg or 4-leg? Oh, they're liking it's weird.
Yeah, they can run on 4 and 2.
An Allosaurus.
2-legged.
Thank you.
Anytime.
There's a young Ankylosaurus named Grungstomper. He's got about even odds. He's got 1-1 payout on him. Not as favored as Ubtau's favorite, but the winnings could be better.
it's 1-1.
What?
If you, never mind. I don't.
Yeah,
You would win your wager. You would win 100% winnings. So if you put down 5 gold, you'd get 10 gold if you won.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not doing Vegas bookies. Okay, never mind. I was confused.
How would you win anything if if there's 5-1 odds for a favored winner, and are you proposing you'd put down 10 gold and you'd only get 2 back if he wins?
Yeah, if someone's favored, right, you would have to. The first number denotes how much you have to put down, and if that person wins, it's to win 1 gold. So a 50-1 odd, right? You are like the positive 50 because that person's more favored. You have to put down $50, and at the end you get your bet back plus an extra buck.
That's what I'm saying. You get your bet back plus your bet.
Okay.
Yeah, you if you put down if it's 50-1 odds, you get 51 gold.
This is why I don't gamble.
Right.
You get 51 gold, not just 1 gold.
This is why I don't gamble when it comes to racing.
Hey, I was about to make it harder. I was wanting to parlay.
So if it's even odds, you put down 10 gold, you're gonna get 20 out because you get your wager back plus what you wagered. So yeah. Some of the less favored ones. There's Allosaurus? Nope, he's 2. Is Allosaurus 4-legged?
2.
Allosaurus is a
Just love
2-legged.
Danny in the background. Just
He's gonna be giving Nathan like a fucking dinosaur lecture this week.
Listen, I tried to get him to watch the Jurassic Park movies with me, and he didn't.
come over to our place. I'll watch them with you.
I don't need it. Like I've
I
had
watched one.
so much effort trying to get him to watch different movies. Good luck.
I've given up on it.
I've seen the original Jurassic Park, and you made me watch Jurassic World recently. Which,
Play Turok Dinosaur Hunter. I mean,
but
there's not
those
that
weren't
many
even real
in that.
dinosaurs. Like you made me
No.
watch Jurassic World, and it's like, yeah, this is a camo frog dinosaur. That
Oh, the Indominiosaurus?
Indominus Rex or whatever it was called.
Yeah, that's the
not a
one.
dinosaur.
Right now,
Something
chat is
stuck.
saying, please make a PowerPoint.
How the hell am I supposed to learn anything about the Indominus Rex? It's not even a real dinosaur. Anyway, yes, you're able to pick through some of them, and the bookies are very helpful with the odds there. So how risky are you wanting to be with your bets? Your odd choices are anywhere from 7-1 to 1-7.
Can I do like a perception check or anything like that on the dinosaurs themselves?
I mean, yes, but I'm gonna roll a die to see if it wins, so it's not a whole lot to influence the die.
Rude.
Let's ask the better question: will the dice be weighted?
Yeah, I'm not gonna put money down in the races. I'm not gonna gamble.
You said it was either 5-1 or 7-1?
I mean, there's all kinds of odds: 7-1, 5-1, 3-1, 2-1, 1-1, and then the opposite if you're wanting a safe bet. Or no, the 7-1 is the safe bet. The 1-7 is the risky bet. I don't know.
What's the 4 levels of riskiness? Just choose that one.
Right.
Yeah, there's like 9 different levels you can wager at, with the middle level 5 being the 1-1 odds.
Just pick your favorite dinosaurs. Be like, I want this one to win because I like him. I think he's neat.
Let me put this in chat. There, that's a lot faster.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wait, why is it rolling different? What?
It's basically what dinosaur you put the bet on. He rolls that die. Did the dinosaur win? Yes or no? Here you go.
But if we all vote on different dinosaurs, then there's only one winner.
Right, but maximize our payout. Because somebody's.
But I mean, like in real life, there's only one winner. If he rolls,
Yeah, and whoever is the winner, he does that die roll. Or you can probably make a choice then.
No, the way
You
to
just
divide it by
roll.
whatever.
That's a DM question to not worry about.
Do you want a small win or do you want to win big? That's the thing. Do you want a multiplier or do you want just an additional?
Let's see. A lot of these bets, gosh, okay. Characters can bet on dinosaur races, blah blah blah. The racers have available odds. Losing bets cost the full amount of the wager. Winning bets pay out according to the table. Bets can be. Oh, there's a wide variety of things. Bets can be for a dinosaur to win, a dinosaur to place, a dinosaur to show, or do something specific during a race, like attack another racer or throw their rider. There's all kinds of bets you can make on all these different things. So we're flavoring it however we want, but then at the end of the day, based on the odds of it, that's what I'm going to roll. So if you're wanting something really risky or wanting something safe, we can flavor whatever it's going to be, but it's basically whether you're wanting something risky or safe. The bookies have odds.
In light of this new information,
I had to read through it, sorry.
Does either dinosaur, either the Ankylo or the Triceratops, look like they would like get scrappy during the race?
T-Rex definitely does.
No. I'm talking about the first one, the 4-legged race.
Well, the 4-legged race, the riders are supposed to control them, so if they're attacking each other, they're probably going to get disqualified. The third race, the Unchained one, that's when it's no hold bards. Well, I can't speak. My tongue's getting twisted. You know what I mean. But only one of the races they're supposed to be allowed to attack each other. But the first 2 races, the 4-legged and the 2-leg, in theory, those are controlled races, where they just race. I've already forgotten the dinosaur names.
Well, going off of my dino knowledge that has no grounds whatsoever in D&D, I will put my bet on the Triceratops for the first race for a 1-3 odds.
Okay. 1-3, so you're taking the risky wager, hoping for a 3-time payout.
And I'm going to put 5 gold down.
Any other wagers we got?
No, I'm not going to bet on this. Zach wants to bet. Thoridne would not bet. Let's put it that way.
When in
Tenzin,
Rome.
yeah, Tenzin doesn't understand the rules, so he just sees Smoke put down money, so he counts out the same amount from his pouch and does the same bet, but on a slightly different dinosaur. And I'm gonna say he does it dumber, so he goes down to the wager times 5, so the 1 to 5 odd one, because he doesn't understand it. Yeah.
All right, 5 gold on the 1 to 5. Lovely.
Will you take a parlay bet?
Ooh.
Take a what?
A parlay bet.
I don't know what that is because I don't bet. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Gerald will put money down on the 1 to 2, and he is a naive boy, and will put down 10 gold.
Oh no.
Jason, what's a parlay bet? No explanation. Okay, Katie, sounds good.
It's a bet that builds on a bet. The odds drastically increase. That's why I'm not worried about it.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, they're only doing one. These dinosaurs are probably only in one race. There's only 3 races today.
I put my bet in chat.
All right, 2 to 1, so a safe bet. Okay, 2 to 1 on the 10 gold and a 1 to 3 on the church. Oh, that's Smoke. Got it. All right. And the first race of the day. They take off. We're betting on various things. Certain dinosaurs, certain ankylosauruses or triceratops to win. Others just to place. That's where the safer bets come from, or the winning bets. There's a really old one that's just, it's got low odds just to even finish the race, but they're taking bets on him. Big honker there in the back. Let's see what we got here.
You say big honker, and I'm just imagining just this very chubby lizard monster running down the street.
Yes.
Oh Lord, he coming. So we doing rollies? What's going on here?
God damn it! Why do I have your token selected? That was me. Okay, the first one. Danny, your Triceratops places as expected, and you actually get the payout on it. So that was the first roll for Smoke. This next roll is for Tenzin. Sorry, I have push to talk. I can't talk while I'm typing. This next roll is for Tenzin. He gets his payout on a 1. Ooh, also rolled out on 1. Nice. Tenzin doesn't know what happened, but the bookie comes up trying to hand him gold.
So I get 25 added.
25 added.
Okay. Cool.
Smoke, your payout was, I believe, 15.
Nice.
Without subtracting your 5, so you gave him 5, you got back 20, kind of a thing. Katie, your odds are good. You have to roll a 1 or a 2 on a d6. Or I guess it's rolling a 1 on a d3. Can I roll a d3? I think I can. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
You might want to try.
Holy shit.
I'll take it. This is great.
Wait, so the 3 of us just won right in a row.
All part of the
kidding
same
me?
group. Nothing suspicious here.
Oh man, let's see what happens with the person with the safe bet.
Oh no.
Well, you rolled a 3 there, so I'll take it.
You're right. I did roll a 3, and yours is a D3. There was all 4 of you.
Oh my gosh.
This is amazing.
Oh gosh. So that's the wager over 2. So Liara, what did you bet? You wagered 10 gold.
10 to 15.
So you get a 5 gold payout.
And then what is my payout?
You got 2 times 20. So you gave him 10, got back 30, so it's a net 20
Got it.
gold. That was on the first race. Do we want to do similar bets on the second 2 races?
No, I'll take my luck
Absolutely.
and go.
I'm good.
I'm staying.
All right. The rest of the day, you guys call it quits after the first race, getting into mid-morning, but decide to take your winnings and go.
No. I said I was staying. I want to bet on the other 2.
Oh, you're doing more.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tenzin will hang out with Smoke, and he also continue to place bets.
All right, there's 2 more races, 2 more wagers we can do. Anyone else want to in the second race? Danny, what are you doing?
Nope.
I think I will do the same 1 to 3, but this time I will put down 10.
Oh boy.
Feeling a bit contrarian, Tenzin's gonna go the safe route, so the 2 to 1, and he's gonna put down. Let's do 10 gold on the 2 to 1.
All right, Professor, any bets? Oh, he's AFK. Never mind. Anyone else? Going once. Going twice. All right, rolling it quick. The first one, let's see. You did 1 to 3 again? Okay, here we go. A D4. Let's see what happens. You want me to roll a 1? Ooh.
Damn.
Sorry, lose the wager on that one. Smoke. Tenzin, I'm gonna roll a D3. You want me to get a 2 or a 3? You don't want me to get a 1.
Sounds good.
Ooh, Tenzin wins again. He gets half the 10 gold out, so you get 5 gold net. Very nice. There is 1 more race of the day if we want to bet. Now, through all of this, Tenzin,
Okay.
You actually have one of the bookies coming up to you. He says, "Hey, yeah, you look pretty strong. You ever, you know how to fight at all?"
Tenzin will flex his muscles a little bit, like, and then like swing off his axe and like do a beautiful flourish where it goes above his head, no danger of being hurt, and then slaps it back onto his back with one like quick motion.
Smoke will come up and do like the Will Smith, like, look at my wife kind of thing, but just like, of course, yes. Of course he can fight.
I tell you what, after this is over, I've been looking for some strong folk that might use a little coin. We got a fella who's refusing to. He's been racking up quite a debt on the races the last few weeks, and he's refusing to pay up. Could use some muscle to go help convince him to pay up.
How much is you paying?
Well, he owes us a debt of 500 gold. I'd offer you 10% of whatever we collect.
Tenzin holds up his fingers. He goes 2, then holds up his hand as a 0.
And then Smoke will supplement and go 20%.
Make me a one of you make me a persuasion check with advantage for helping.
Yep. So you do that because Tenzin's bad at this.
How bad are you?
A -2.
Oh, good. I'm -1. Let's go.
Oh, this is good.
Watch, here comes the crit.
Oh!
Wow.
At advantage.
Was a 0.
It's a good thing this was at advantage, not
Exactly.
Could do 20%. Sure.
Otherwise, you'd have been like, "We'll do it for free."
Right? Unacceptable. We'll do it for 0%.
We'll pay you to do this quest.
Right.
All right. Then Tenzin kind of like nods and looks at Smoke and like kind of like taps out other folks and like to wrap them up and get them going.
No, I don't know if it'll turn into a fight, but if you want to bring extra muscle, you're welcome to bring them.
Then he gives him Tenzin shoves like a big meaty thumbs up at the guy's face, and then like writes on his hand like detail. Where's he at? And like basically he'll ask him for the info.
And Smoke will supplement yet again. Smoke will translate basically.
Yeah, this is one of the bookies. So he's like, yeah, come find me after the race. We'll pay you out, and then we'll go find him. I think I know where to get him. He's probably up at Executioner's Run at this point, I bet. The name's, well, he gives you his name. What is his name? I can't even pronounce it, man. I am such a white boy.
It's okay. I think pretty much all of us are.
Well,
Kulahu. That's what I'm gonna guess
Yeah.
with.
Anyway, that's the
I-
bookie.
I know you said white boy, but my brain definitely heard white bread, and I was like, "Damn, Nathan, you're not wrong."
Not wrong.
definitely not wrong.
I
White
told
bread.
Nathan I had
soaked
my
in milk.
headphones in to get ready to play some white noise, and immediately he was like, "What did you call me?"
All right. Yep. Okay, third race. You want to place any bets with Klua before we... Talua. Clow?
He's Kahlua now. That's what we're calling him. Kahlua.
Kahlua.
Tenzin will do an even safer bet. So the 3-1, and then he'll do 9 gold, so it's an even payout for him.
I'm going to do the 2-1, and actually, you know what? No. What I'm going to do, I'll do the 1-1. I'm going to throw down 20 gold.
All right, even payout 1-1, 20 gold. And Tenzin, what was the size of your bet?
He did 9 gold, so that'd be
On
an
the
even
3-1.
payout on a 3-1. Yeah.
All right, last race of the day. Big honker tearing through the streets. Let's roll Tenzin first here.
So just don't want to win.
A 3. Payout for Tenzin.
Going in hot.
I can roll any die. Because I want to, I'm rolling a d20. All right, and Smoke, you want an even number. That's what you get. That's what you win on. Evens win.
Fuck yeah.
A 10. All right. And with that, the races are concluded. And collecting your winnings, yeah, Tenzin and Smoke. Bookie says, yeah, do what you want and meet me up at the gate towards Executioner's Run.
Smoke will look at you and go like, should we get the others, or do we just want to head up there now?
Tenzin will like motion towards the others just in case.
Okay.
He's intimidating, but it's better to have more intimidating folks.
Especially people who can actually intimidate and not someone who makes it sound like a suggestion. So yeah.
Hey, if allowed to use strength, you know, I could be pretty intimidating.
Have you told your party members what's going on?
That's what we're gonna
Yes,
do. We're gonna go grab him. Yeah.
I don't even know. Thoridne, where have you been today? Oh, hey, Zach.
Not here,
Sorry.
apparently.
That is a good question. You're right. I wasn't here. I feel
Were
like
you just watching?
Yeah, I feel like I was watching the races just to see what was going on, but I was not going to take part in the bets. Because not every day you get to see, dinosaurs running around.
It's true.
Well, it's twice a week.
Well, here.
It's a new site.
Not every day. It's twice a week.
Did you see dinosaurs back up on the Sword Coast? I don't think so.
Professor, were you up to anything interesting during the races today?
No, not particularly, since nobody would take me up on a parlay bet.
Well, because there was nothing to parlay. It wasn't the same dinosaurs racing every race.
Right. Well, no, you parlay winner, winner, winner. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm just causing
Yeah,
havoc.
This is a gambling thing that.
Yeah,
It is.
He's trying to flex.
Well, I was trying to here, let me put down $500 and walk away with 10 grand.
I mean, we could try it.
No, it's fine.
Rolls.
It's fine.
I mean, yeah, we'll talk about how gambling works. We'll do this. Let's do this next in-game week. Next races. I'll see if I can figure it out.
No, it's all right. It's not necessary.
Maximum bet was 500 gold.
Anyway, so we're gonna go back to get everyone rounded up. We're gonna I guess I'll let Smoke explain it.
Yeah, of course. Just let me. Says the man who says nothing.
He'll just motion for you to step forward, because you can't talk.
I'll pretty much let everybody know.
No, what?
Basically, we were propositioned to go find a guy who owes some debts. We were promised 20% of the 500 that the guy owes.
I'm not interested.
Okay.
The professor just smokes on his pipe and looks at you.
Okay. What?
Thoridne will ask, what is going to happen to the guy?
He's gonna have to pay back his debits.
And how is he going to do that without money?
That's for him to figure out. We just gotta bring the guy to the bookies.
I don't know how I feel about this one.
I'm not a debt collector. I'm not getting involved here.
I look over at the boy. Are you coming or no?
You guys don't have to go do this. It's not like you have to go play debt collector.
But
Yeah.
monies.
I want the money.
Gerald will just kind of tilt his head and look at Smoke and say, I guess. I don't think I'm very intimidating though, but if you need some extra muscle, I guess I can help.
We'll work on that. It's okay. Come with us.
Okay.
I'm not letting them drag this kid in with them. I'm not going to stop them. I'm tagging along, but only to make sure nothing stupid happens.
It's the only reason why the professor's following.
And while we're on our way, Smoke is going to try to give Gerald advice on how to be more intimidating.
I'm
almost
walking
want
away here.
I want to roll to see how that works.
I want to see it. Instruction on intimidating would be intimidation from this tiny little cat.
Basically, everything she's telling him to do is something a cat would do to make themselves look intimidating.
Oh no!
All right, bring your claws out.
And
Turn
bare your
side and
teeth.
flip up your back.
Make sure you're showing your fangs.
So Gerald will be like making claw motions with his hands and baring his human teeth.
And as Smoke mentions fangs, Tenzin will lift up his lip because you see some of his incisors do look like the length of fangs. Like
I feel judged.
I'll see y'all later.
I just realized all of my battle maps were in the other world.
Oh no!
I mean, we don't necessarily have to fight them, right?
You know, we don't need a battle map for this, actually. It's one dude. If you fight him, we can just roll dice.
Yeah.
Theatre of the mind. So, there's 4 of you. It's Tenzien, Smoke, Gerald, and Thoridne.
The professor's
Professor.
following along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
So
the
I
same
guess-
reason that Thoridne is.
Yeah, basically just to stop silliness, but
All right. Meeting the bookie up at Executioner's Run. Out, standing at the walls, you can look out here. They call this section outside the wall the Old City. You see 3 kind of ancient vine-covered ziggurat towers. Ziggurats here that are towering over the ward. The whole district is kind of a juxtaposition of ancient and decaying, but still occupied stone structures, interspersed with flimsy huts and longhouses of bamboo and thatch. There's a giant pit in the ground, which you can kind of see, which is the it's got nice blood stains and things like that, and that's where they hold executions. You meet the bookie, Kalula. They're at the gate, and he says, "I think I figured out where Tabin's at. Let's go find him." And he leads you through some of the haphazard bamboo structures and whatnot. And if someone's messaging me, I can't see it.
For later.
That's just a GIF. Okay. Eventually he points out a man to you. He says his name is Tabin. Hang on, let me type that. Tabin is a beefy-looking fellow. He's a Chultan man, very large. You see he carries a spear and a shield on his back. Broad, kind of open-chested vest, very bright colors. He's wearing greens and blues. He's chatting openly with some sort of shopkeeper, and doesn't seem to notice you guys at the end of the street.
How do we want to handle this? We want to just walk up to him? Get him away from people who might help?
Tenzin nods at your first suggestion. Just walk up to him.
The
And he
professor
does look
goes
pretty
and
beefy.
sits down on the bench.
Do I see any obvious weapons on this beefy man?
Yes, he has a shield and a spear.
Okay. I'm gonna set up.
Not like actively in his hands, but they could, he could quickly equip them, kind of a thing.
Excellent. In that case, I will sit on Gerald's shoulder and I'll be like, okay, kid, this is the moment. You're gonna have to be the one to go up to him and say, sir, we need you to come with us.
Gerald will look at Smoke and be like, okay. And Gerald will kind of square his shoulders and start walking towards the guy.
And Tenzin will be along, looking and trying to be as angry and intimidating as he can be. And like he's like, you notice as we're walking, Tenzien's actually been like picking up some like weights or anything that's heavy, like a rock, and just like has been moving it. So like his arms get a little bit more veiny, so he gets his solid pump going.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude's jacked and he's ready to rock.
Meanwhile, there's a cat sitting cross-legged on your shoulder.
Yes. Gerald approaches this guy and will say, "Excuse me. Shit, what was his name again?"
Tabin.
Tabin. "Excuse me, are you Tabin?"
He turns and, cuts off mid-sentence. Just kind of turns, looks you up and down, and kind of looks who's asking?
The Lollipop Guild.
That's what it looks like, isn't it?
Yep.
Is the professor there?
Oh
Nope.
boy.
I thought you were all there except for me.
They're all sitting like by the door. Like they're not.
Okay.
with him. Yeah.
Outdoor. You guys are in a street at kind of an outdoor market. There's a merchant peddling some just mundane wares, little clothing and things like that. And these two are chatting. So you're just kind of walking up to him in the street, kind of a thing. Side of the street, outside a building.
Yeah.
Who's asking?
I am.
All right, kid. Go home to your mommy. And he starts to turn back.
No. Don't think so.
Tenzin will like sidestep so that he kind of gets in between Tabin and the shopkeeper, and kind of gives him like a little bit like a feral smile, like, and then like makes the finger motion to look back at Gerald.
What the hell you want?
And Tenzin will crack his neck, and then like he'll tap his mouth and like make the motion of speaking. Points to Tabin, then points to Gerald.
What, you expect me to talk to someone that don't even got a name? Sounds like you ain't got one either. Get out of here.
Wow.
Sir, that is unfortunately rude.
Wow.
We are the ones asking if you are the person that we are seeking. If you are not, we will kindly be on our way. If you continue to talk shit, there will be a problem.
At least you had the swear in there.
Oh, look, it thinks it's people. What do you want?
You owe money, and we've been sent to collect you.
Oh, is that Kalahu again? Yeah, tell him to fuck off. That was a rigged bet, and he knows it.
Fortunately, we can't take no for an answer, so you gotta pay up.
What are you gonna do about it?
Gerald will just and take out his longsword.
Ooh. Make me a
Tenzin will crack his knuckles and like put his hands on his great axe.
I have a dagger in my hand because as soon as he said it, she thinks it's human. I want to rip out his Achilles tendons. Like I want him to hurt.
Make me a intimidation check. Actually, all three of you make me intimidation checks. Tenzin, yes, you can use strength for it.
Yay!
The other two of you I want on charisma, though.
I'm so scared to roll this.
That's so on brand.
Yeah, sounds about right. Fucking Gerald, you have a +3. That's why we brought you, Katie.
Oh God, never mind.
Tenzin,
Even with a +4, I only got an 8. Oh,
Did you?
didn't have
I don't
it.
think your
It didn't have
+4 would-
before.
so it'll be a 12 then, because it'd be a
Yeah.
+4.
You see him kind of He takes a step back from presumably Tenzin in his personal space. And you see him kind of slump the shield. He like rolls his shoulders, the shield falls down onto his arm and goes, "Oh, this is going to be fun."
Immediately going for his ankles.
Are you guys going to fight him?
Yep.
I'll take a long drag on my pipe.
Spit and watch. Got it. I like this.
Yeah, I'm like, oh boy.
All right. Everybody roll me initiative. And actually, Professor and Thoridne, if you guys want to roll me initiative, just on the off chance you just on the off chance you decide to jump in, I know where you jump in at.
Where was this a second ago?
It's anxiety. You stutter and you're not very intimidating, but man, you are ready to jump.
Excuse me, sir. Can you come with us, please?
We're from the Lollipop Guild.
We
Oh,
represent
Like,
the lollipop.
Okay.
Gerald just like pushing his 2 index fingers together. Excuse me,
Smokes.
sir.
Smoke is going full ankle biter now.
Absolutely, I am.
It's just gonna be like that scene of Puss in Boots and Shrek from the second Shrek movie.
Oh my god. Yes.
His ankles are mine.
Gerald will lean over to Smoke and say, "Did they say anything about bringing this guy in alive?"
Yeah, don't kill him.
Okay,
But unconscious is fine.
got it. I'll have you know Emma is fake coughing in the background. Danielle.
Fake coughing?
Yes, Danny taught her how to fake cough.
Excellent work, Danny.
Hell yeah.
So I guess
All
for
right.
some reason it doesn't have smoke in there for the initiative.
Gotcha. The honor. All right. Gerald and Thoridne, we're going to start with you two within 5 feet of him.
I'm
and this is
5 feet.
You mean Gerald and Tenzin?
Tenzin, I'm sorry. Gerald and Tenzin, and this is just theater of the mind, so if we need to move farther or closer for whatever your abilities are, we'll make that decision. Smoke, I assume as Gerald takes a stance, you jump off her shoulders?
I sure do.
Do you fall backwards to have Gerald between you two, or do you go off to a side to be in melee range?
Yeah, no, I'm behind Gerald for right now.
Okay, so you're at 10 foot. You're out of range. Okay. Yeah, we'll start with the two of you within 5 feet. Gerald, you are quick to respond, though. He hefts his spear at... What were the intimidation rolls?
12, 11, and then like a 6.
6.
So
Gerald, he hefts
Tenzin's
his spear at you.
Okay.
But you are quick to respond, so how would you like to start the combat?
I'm just gonna try straight up punching him in the face.
You can non-lethal with melee weapons too.
Oh, can I?
But
Yeah,
that's
with melee attacks, I'll let you guys non-lethal. Spells and ranged attacks, no.
Okay, cool. So since I have my longsword out, then I will attack him non-lethally with my longsword.
Cool.
It's 1-2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, and he is wearing, what is this, like studded leather armor and a shield. 22 hits. Lovely. And just, yeah, roll your damage like normal. You have a shield on, right, Gerald?
I do, so it's one-handed.
4 damage. Lovely. you see him barely even recoil. Yeah. He's very fast. He's like, oh, that tickled.
Cool.
Anything else for you, bonus section? No.
Nope.
Thoridne, you watching? Professor, you watching?
For right now,
nice,
yeah.
nice long drag on the pipe and try and let it smoke ring out.
He thrusts a spear out at you.
At who specifically?
At Gerald.
Oh yeah, 27 will hit.
27 hits.
What is that? What the fuck?
7 piercing damage.
Okay.
They're gonna die.
Oh, he's beefy.
Oh boy.
They're all dead.
He stabs out once with the spear, twice with the spear, second time at Gerald.
Miss.
17 AC. Miss.
Yep.
And the third, he whips around with the back end of the spear and jabs at Tenzin.
This guy has 3 attacks? The fuck?
You're fucked.
15 AC.
As he jabs backward, Tenzin's head moves to the side and it moves past him.
Very nice. And then he... No, that's it. That's what he's got. Smoke.
Take out his ankles quickly.
16 will hit.
Got his thing.
Wait, I'm sorry, you're not in melee range. Are you moving into melee range?
Yeah, I'm moving closer.
Yeah, that'll do. 15 damage. He goes, ah, son of a... He tries to stomp at you.
I like do a quick hiss and then bonus action disengage, and then this time I go behind not Kagan, shit. Tenzin's feet.
Nice.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see, that's an attack and a bonus action. Awesome. Tenzin.
So Tenzin, kind of seeing how well at least the first strike went, you see him. He tenses his muscles again as he pulls off the great axe and roars loudly as he uses his bonus action to rage. And actually, no one's seen this yet, but as Tenzin rages, you see like his muscles contract and like squeeze even tighter, so every vein is popping out, and then he just goes into a furious mashing. So with his rage, every person who makes a melee attack to an ally or to an enemy within 5 feet of Tenzin has advantage on that melee attack. Other people, not me. And then I will recklessly attack him.
Nice.
For 11 slashing damage. Well, 11 non-lethal slashing damage. So basically, I'm like using the flat end of the great axe and bashing it against the back of his head.
Damn. Non-lethal. Okay.
I didn't use the cutting edge.
That man is giant.
25 will hit.
Yeah.
For 11 slashing, yes. I don't know. Can you guys see the giant token I put in the harbor for him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then anyone who's within game's pause. Can you move like our tokens at least to kind of just be around him?
Oh, I was just doing it so you could see a health bar. It's
okay.
Gotcha. Theater of the mind.
Fighting a giant in the bay.
Yeah. So then
I like
he has it.
slow pan of the icon onto the screen. Like that was great.
Yeah, he has advantage against me when he wants to attack.
All right, Gerald.
Gerald, you have advantage.
Stabbed you.
I have advantage?
Why does Gerald have advantage?
Because of Tenzin's
rage. My rage gives advantage on melee attacks against enemies within 5 feet of me, which is why it's important Tenzin's always next.
Oh, is that a wolf totem?
Yeah, it's the wolf totem.
Gotcha.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Here we go. 21.
21 will hit.
10.
Very nice.
Slashing. Yeah, and I'll stay put.
He kind of takes a cut on one of his shoulders from your blade and just you. Why do you even care?
I like money.
Thoridne, Professor?
Another big long draw on the pipe. Lean back against the wall, feet up on the top of one another.
All right. He, Gerald, he bashes you with his shield.
Oh, okay. You can try. Oh,
A
yeah,
21 to armor class.
Yeah, that succeeds.
12
Ouch.
bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And if you could make a strength saving throw, please. DC 15.
All right. Oh no.
Katie.
You are knocked prone.
Got it.
And then he's going to take 2 spear thrusts, one at Gerald, one at Thoridne.
You mean
Tenzien.
Tenzien, yes.
I'm not in this fight right now.
You're in the vicinity.
All right, Nalina, make your strikes. No, I'm kidding. I'm Nemia.
How's y'all's health right now?
Probably
Uh-huh.
not great.
Oh.
I'm at 9 out of 28.
Ah.
All right, first attack on Tenzin.
He has advantage. Oh yeah, that hell.
26 will hit.
I mean, he could roll again if he has advantage. He could crit.
That's true.
Whose side are you on?
That's 9 piercing damage on Tenzin.
The side of a new
4 because I'm raging.
the side of a new player character.
Damn.
So his spear thrust comes in, like it like hits me, and I like lean backwards, and it's just cuts across my pectoral, and just it goes over other scar tissue, and then I just tense, and the blood actually like slows after as he pulls the spear backwards.
Sorry, I messed up that roll. The second thrust against Gerald. Oh, that's an 11 to armor class, even though you're prone.
Well, he gets advantage, doesn't he?
He gets advantage against a prone target, which is Gerald, but he got advantage. It was 11.
Oh,
He rolled a 2 and a 4. All right, so 11 on Gerald's armor class. That's a miss. And that's his turn. All right, Smoke.
$15 to hit.
15 hit. He actually sees it coming this time and slightly sidesteps it. You missed his armor class.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh, you did roll with advantage. Yes, okay. Yeah. Anything
Anyway,
else for you?
bonus action, disengage, and I'm gonna hop over to like Gerald's head. I'm gonna be like, "What are you doing? Get up, child! Stand!"
I'm working on it.
Tenzin?
Oh no.
great axe. Let's do it.
Oh. Okay.
So I, whoop, bam, crack him back across the head. Another 11 damage. I was gonna do this recklessly, so even though I already had the
I like
natural
it.
20. So there you go. So yeah, another 11. Bap! And like as I do that, I like as part of the action start bashing my knuckles against my chest and roar at him.
Is it just
Let's
11 or
go.
is it your 11 plus your strength?
Because it's the 10 before, right? Because it was 6 plus my strength of 4. Oh, actually, we haven't been adding my rage bonus to this because it hasn't been doing that. So there should be
Right.
another 4 because I've attacked him twice because it's 2 for each time.
Very nice.
Yep. Forgot that. Sorry. So then, yeah. And that's it. And then just be like, bring it. Take it on to me.
There we go. I think I got health bars figured out. Gerald? You are knocked prone. I suppose you could attack him from your prone position, but yeah.
I'm going to stand up and then attack him. 17.
Remember, you have advantage because I'm raging.
Oh. 1 moment. Dirty 20.
Beautiful.
That was necessary. Oh yeah. As Tenzin grabs his attention, he whirls around and you just go wham and whack him.
Oh, only 4 damage. And I guess I'll stay here.
A fight without spellcasters.
Yeah.
Back and forth, nice and fun.
All right, Thoridne, Professor.
Mostly, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna prep a spell. If anybody of them go down, I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing. I'm assuming I'm in. How many feet am I away from them?
How far away do you want to be?
I need to be within 30 feet.
That's not unreasonable.
Okay, cool. If I can be within 30 feet, that way if one of them goes down, I'll just cast automatically. I'll cast Prayer of Healing, and it'll do some healing on everybody, all 3 of them.
Doesn't that takes like a minute to cast though?
Does it?
Yeah, Prayer of Healing.
Oh shit!
Well,
Never
don't die
mind.
within a minute.
Right.
Never mind.
Is there like
10 minutes? 10 minutes.
Is there like something? Is he under a chandelier or anything?
At best, maybe the overhang of a market stall.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Aladdin style. No, we're outside in the street.
Oh, for some reason I had in my head we were inside.
Yeah, no smoking inside, Professor.
Says who? I stand up and I knock the tobacco out of my pipe, put my pipe away, and slowly begin to stroll over there, but not close enough to do anything, but just close enough to be about within 10, 15 feet of it.
Yeah, I'll keep up with the professor.
Fair enough.
My ready to action is not going to be a ready to action anymore, since that does take 10 minutes.
Do you have like any other healing?
I have Cure Wounds.
Oh yeah, never mind. Save that
Yep.
for your turn.
This is why Word of Healing is the better one. But I picked it on purpose not to be the better one. Well.
He's going to... Let's see. No, Gerald's still right there. Tenzin's right there. Because it's fun, let's shield bash Gerald again.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Okay.
Uh, 18 armor class.
That hits.
That is 6 bludgeoning damage.
Whew, I'm
And,
still up.
And a strength saving throw, please. DC 15.
Hey.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah,
you resisted
got
this time. It's the same kind of move. He shield bash at you, but you're able to back it up, and so his spear thrusts at Tenzin. He just commits 2 spear thrusts on Tenzin.
Bring it. 27 hits.
27?
And you were rolling at these at advantage, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
bad.
Yep.
That's 11
misses.
damage.
11 damage. So that reduces to 5.
The second attack's 18 on armor class
That does hit.
for 15 piercing damage.
That reduces to 7.
All right. Smoke?
Oh.
Ooh, very nice.
Natural 20.
Oh, this guy might be
That's-
do down.
24 damage all in. Bam! Sorry, I got excited.
He
Then
starts breathing real heavy and give a quick look at the cat.
I'm gonna give him a, and then I'm gonna like disengage and duck behind Tenzin this time.
You start to see a really strained look on his face, like he's getting angry. But he also seems rather like at least for Tenzin, he's got this kind of like he's having fun, like he's got this gleam in his eye, trading blows.
Question: does this man have a mustache?
He does not.
Any facial hair?
A little bit of a light kind of scruff going on.
Does he have hair on his head?
I mean, it's like a half inch or less.
No bushy sideburns.
Does it? Why?
Inquiring
Don't worry about
minds
it.
want to know.
I'm checking my description just to make sure I don't contradict myself.
See, Emma gets it.
She does.
There is not a description of him, so let me roll for it. He's got kind of a haircut like Eric. Kind of
Okay.
not terribly long, but there's hair there.
Cool. Good to know.
And he's not like balding or anything,
Good job.
I'll keep that knowledge in my back pocket. Thank you.
Guess that's kind of how I keep my hair too. Yeah, a standard crew cut, I guess. A little longer. Let's see. That was Smoke and Tenzin.
Great axe, reckless.
Ooh, a 14 he sidesteps. A 22 he does not.
That's 12 non-lethal slashing. Bam. And then Tenzin will growl at him like, kind of like, if you want to have fun, I will take a bite out of you if you want me to.
And with that slash, it like hits him hard, and he kind of stumbles backwards and holds up his shield in front of him. And goes, okay, fine, enough of this. Fine, whatever. How much does he want?
600 gold.
Make a deception check.
Can I get any backup here, guys?
I mean,
Nope.
I don't know.
Make a what check? I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, deception.
She's trying to get more money out of him.
I mean, could I give her? I don't know how it would help her, but I have a +3 to charisma.
Should have talked about it before you went in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alex actually goes, that's a lot of bullshit. But here, take the blood money. And he tosses a small pouch over at your feet, at Gerald's feet. He doesn't look like he's ready to keep attacking.
Cool. I pick it up and count the money that's inside.
Tenzin will kind of like pen him in a little bit, be like, you're going to stay right here while she counts.
Yeah, looking inside the pouch, there's you see 10 medium-sized gemstones. You estimate they'd be worth about 50 gold each. So the whole pouch is about 500 in gemstones.
It's 100 short.
No. Nope. I ain't giving him a penny more.
Well, we know where to find you if he decides that this isn't enough. Then Gerald will put the pouch on his persons and start walking away.
Tell you what, lad. You got some promise with that. It's pretty cute. I could help you learn the spear a little better.
Smoke immediately stands between him and Gerald and just hisses.
Tenzin will walk. Yeah, Tenzin will walk up to him, kind of like look him up and down, smack him across the shoulder, kind of like that, like, haha, good fights, good sir, right? But like without saying that, with a kind of smile, he will intentionally like target a spot that might have already been slashed just for funsies, and then kind of give him a knowing wink, and then back up a couple feet before so he's out of range, and then turn around and follow the rest of them.
Before Smoke turns and follows the rest of the group, she's going to make eye contact. And she's going to say, if I catch you saying any more suggestive shit to little boys, I'm taking out your fucking kneecaps. And then she walks away.
Oh, I want to see a deception check on that.
That's not a deception
Or not
check.
deception, intimidation. I want to see intimidation on that.
I'm giving myself advantage.
Oh, you're using your inspiration. Good job.
Oh, yep. There you go.
Hey.
Nice.
That's just about the highest you can roll.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just wanted to see it. Changes no outcome. Yeah. For stands, you hear him calling as you're walking away.
I am going to follow this man at night, and I'm going to shave his head.
What? No, let's not.
You're Katie in the background.
As soon as he lets his guard down. It might not be tonight, but as soon as I know where he sleeps, his hair is mine.
What is going on with this cat?
Crazy cat.
She's way too feisty for her charisma score.
I mean, the charisma is like how well that translates into getting people to do what you want, not necessarily your personality. You can be feisty and an asshole.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Pee in his boot.
From down the street, you see as the guy walks away, the bookie comes up towards you guys and meets you as you're walking back. Oh, good. How much of it were you able to get? Is it all in there?
Katie, you're the one with the bag.
Sorry. Well, Smoke said it was 600, and I didn't know how much it was going in, but it looks like to be about 500 gold worth in gems.
Excellent, excellent. Here. And he holds his hand out for the bag.
And I give it to him.
Cool. He fishes in there and pulls out 2 of the gemstones, and just hands it back to you and goes, as promised. Oh, wait, no. What did we argue for? 20%?
Yep, 20%. So
okay, he pulled up 4 of the gemstones. Yeah, he's not trying to cheat you guys. I'm sorry. That was me. That was the DM forgetting. Yeah, he pulls up 4 of the gemstones and hands it back to you. Goes, and as promised, here we are.
Cool.
Thank you so much for the help with it. And if you're here a couple days from now, we got another race coming up. I heard there might even be execution here soon.
Oh, you got any like potions of healing by chance?
Tenzien will tap on Gerald's side, like no, and then points to Thoridne.
Yeah, I'll heal. I'll heal you. I'll cast you're looking hurt pretty bad. You get a cure wounds.
Oh,
so I'll just kind of like pat you on the shoulder, maybe scruff up your hair a little bit, and be like, "You're okay now."
Yeah,
I'll just do level 1. You get max healing from that. It's only 5? Oh no, we're doing that again.
D8 plus 3. Yeah.
Wait, you get? What do you mean max healing? What's that from?
Never mind. I thought I'd rolled max because it was green.
Oh.
It was from cure wounds.
Gotcha. Sorry, I thought you had a class feature or something that max.
No. But I'm gonna do it again since we're out of combat anyway. Oh, that's much better.
Yay!
Nice.
Thank you.
Anybody else need any more healing?
Tenzien kind of looks over, like he's bleeding a little bit, but he seems fine. He's like, he'll sleep it off.
I'm perfectly fine.
All right.
Well, the party has just acquired the equivalent of 200 more gold. It's 4 gemstones.
Perfect. I think that should be split between the 3 of us. And then maybe 1 for the professor. No, not the professor. Thoridne.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. It's like Thoridne be the party bank, so to speak, for holding party funds. And then, so each of us gets a gem, and then Thoridne gets 1 for party fund stuff.
Maybe I should open that bank account.
What kind of gemstone is this?
Oh, hell if I know.
A
Nondescript one.
Do you want to actually add a gemstone to our inventory, or just add like 50 gold's worth to our?
The gemstone probably weighs less. Here, I'm finding out what gemstones are worth 50 gold. It's probably something stupid like an aquamarine or something. Let's call them moonstones.
Moonstone.
Four moonstones.
Not actually from the moon. There's a disclosure on these gemstones.
I don't know. It might make your cat evolve.
I am evolved.
Into a larger, somehow more bipedal cat.
Exactly. I'm Meowth.
Meow, that's right.
Honestly, with my charisma, that kind of checks out.
All
That
right.
would be a meow.
We have
I mean,
about
I
15
see
minutes
you.
left on tonight's session. So chat it out. Where are we heading from here? We've kind of had our fun with the races. You guys earned some money. Is there anything you wanted to spend that money on, or this was to hire the guide with?
Yeah, I figured this is basically what we would use, like the gem. Like some people put in some of the gems and other stuff to pay for the guide initially.
Also, maybe the lady who needs to get to Camp Vengeance say she'd pay or something?
She says she doesn't have much, so that might be a iffy proposition there.
I mean, it gets her there, and if she has connections that are Camp Vengeance, it might help. Since that
Yeah.
seems to be a
She
Order the
didn't
Gauntlet
really have anything
situation.
to pay with. You might get compensation from her superiors on the other end, but basically she's just hoping to find if there's a group going up the, through the jungle. She wants to tag along because it's safety in numbers. But goodwill with the Order of the Gauntlet is probably worth something. Indistinct.
I think we should take her. Just if not, it is something that we don't. It might be a connection we could use, especially in that area, since we'll be. It sounds like being in there for a little while.
We have the space. We absolutely should.
Yeah.
And from talking with her, you got the vibe she is not accustomed to. She's not very experienced at roughing it in the wilds, especially in a jungle environment.
Well, neither am I.
I guess check in with her today before we head out. Make sure she has her own water capture device.
Okay, she can acquire that.
Yeah.
And she's gonna pack some food, but
Yeah,
yeah,
bug
you're letting her
spray.
know the plan and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so quick recap. We are. You guys are intending to hire 2 boats to take you up the river to Vengeance. You're also hoping to hire the guide Eku, who can then take you to some place she knows called Oralunga to speak with somebody. She says the guardian of Oralunga knows things and is a good source of information. And so we're hiring the boats, we're hiring the guide, we're going to find the Order of the Gauntlet messenger, help escort her up the river in the direction you're going. And we're setting out, the day after the races? So tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yes, that sounds good. What else? What are we going to do about the wizard book location thing that's supposed to be around that area?
I mean, we're just have to look around.
We'll pass through that on the way to Oralunga.
Yeah, we'll deal with it when we get down there.
Yeah, from what you saw on the map, that's not on the river, but it's probably about 20, 30 miles north of Camp Vengeance. So
are we looking at where they found the book first and then trying to find stuff from there? I assume.
That's up to you guys. It's the only coordinates you have.
And
It's a starting place.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, not a bad startup. I think we have a direction.
Yes.
All right, so I will prep things in that general direction. And so yeah, this should be fun. Out in the jungle, there will be random encounters. Not all of them are combat encounters. It might just be random stuffs. Hopefully we don't run into any flaming fist patrols, because you guys didn't buy a charter of exploration, but that's okay. You couldn't buy one in Port Nianzaro. You'd have to go up to Fort Balurian to get one.
They should really have like an embassy or something. You can buy one.
Right, especially if it's that important to them. Like, really,
Yeah.
you're just asking for people to roll up on your turf. Like, what?
Or your patrols are able to sell you one. Especially
They're
when
kind
there's...
of a conquering force.
So then we'll kill them.
Yeah, no, totally fair. And then we'll take their shit.
Okay, the military
Okay.
force of the city you live in Baldur's Gate.
I don't live there.
I don't live there.
I'm getting a little.
I
Fine.
think
Nervous.
technically by this story, where I guess I do, since I work at the church there.
Yeah, I very much care.
All right, guys. Let me know if we forgot anything next session, but I think that's the fun prep, and we're setting out on the morrow.
Sweet.
All right,
Yay.
finally getting into the jungle. Start to play. It's not Metallica. What?
You know,
Guns
this
N'
day was
Roses.
great.
There we
I
go.
came
I
out
knew
ahead.
it wasn't Metallica.
Like,
That
I
was the
spent
most
money, but I also made money. This is fantastic.
So
Tenzin made a lot of money. I think he made like 80 or 90 gold today.
so a little bit of meta talk from the DM. I'm going to try running parts of this hex crawl as written, at least at first. Just to give it the old college try and see if it's really annoying or not. And if it turns out to be a good balance, maybe we'll stick with it. It's also possible it's going to be annoying as hell, and we'll try to mix it up just so we don't get bored with resource management. I like resource management, so Nathan will do that all day, every day, but if it gets boring for you guys, let me know.
How are
beyond-
we handling the reveal? Map reveal.
Well, that's part of it too. On some of the in areas where you guys have been, which you haven't been anywhere yet, but areas where you have been and areas where they are on your map, if they've been mapped for you, it'll be an easier time. But it is possible to get lost in the jungle, even with certain character traits and things like that, depending on the weather, depending on survival rolls, who's guiding, things like that. So it'll kind of be when you guys hit landmarks and things like that, I'll reveal where you're at, but it's entirely possible you get lost, in which case you might think you're in one hex and you're in a different one. Again, this is part of the hex crawl that if it gets annoying, we'll stop. Or we'll find another way to represent the dangers of the jungle. But we'll try to run that as is first. As far as actually revealing, like once you have something revealed and mapped, I mean, I can just come in here and go doop, 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 reveal. Like that.
Ah.
So. And I thought I had one more thing I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, if you guys happen to stumble across any like very clever homebrewed hex crawl rules, whether it relates to Tomb of Annihilation or not, I mean, I'll take a look at them. I'm always looking for good inspiration to make the game flow better, so.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out if I see something or hear something.
Yeah, but I figure at first we'll try it as written, just to get the experience and say we did it, and then
Check the
we'll see how it
box.
goes. Who knows? Maybe it's actually fun as written. I don't know.
We try it.
Yeah.
All right. Next weekend still works for everyone.
Yes. I'm good.
Yep.
Good.
May 7.
I'll have to keep you updated on what job things will entail.
Oh, right. Exciting new job.
Yeah.
Congratulations again on